What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be checking out Mists of Noyah. This is kind of a 2D side-scrolling action RPG. It's kind of like Terraria, if Terraria had, like, way cleaner and way more polished artwork. And, like, it's a good-looking game, I'm not going to lie to you. I saw this game when it came out about 2 years ago. And I've checked it out about every 6 months since then, because I don't like to give coverage to games until they're kind of putting their best foot forward. And Mists of Noyah has had kind of a long development cycle where they kind of 2 steps forward, 1 step back, remove a mechanic, then 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And I think the game is finally in a place where it's enjoyable and it's fun. There's like polish and balancing things that they need to do. Next patch, they're putting back in, so basically the premise of the game is you are an adventurer and you are tied to a village and you go out and you fight monsters during the day, you adventure, you find treasures. The game has randomly generated loot a la Diablo with like affixes and things like that. Once you get the loot, you bring it back to town to upgrade the town and make yourself new gear, and then at the nighttime you defend the town from undead hordes that come in and attack. The undead horde mechanic right now to attack the village has been removed as far as I understand it as of about a year ago. There's going to be a number of people on the forums that are pretty mad about that if you're going through the reviews, but as I understand it, the developers posted on the forums about 4 weeks ago saying that hey, that mechanic is coming back, we just wanted to remove it so the game would play better and you could play around with the mechanics and help us with bug testing in the early access. It's coming back next patch though, we're in 9.2 right now, and they said that it should be coming back in 9.3, which is the village patch, is what they're calling it. So anyways, let's dive on in, spend 25-30 minutes with the game, and see if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list or otherwise pass on. Down below in the description, I'll have a link for you so you can check the game on out. On top of that, I will also have a link to my Discord where you're welcome to join me and ask me any questions you may have. On top of that, you can also check out my Twitch stream where I'm live most days of the week. I've been missing scheduled days a lot lately, just due to real life concerns that need to be taken care of during the daylight hours since I stream during the day. But anyways, soon that will be resolved and I will be back to it full force. Let's go ahead and start off in single player. I'm going to go ahead and we will delete my man Rice right there. And then we'll come back and create a new character. There are 5 different characters. There's a bow guy, there's a sorceress, there's a samurai, there's a medieval knight, and there's kind of a ninja character as I understand it. I've played these 3 right here, and the spell effects are pretty wild for the sorceress. They're pretty good. But I'm going to go with the knight for right now because I like his animations the best, and I like the way that it plays. We'll go ahead and say Splattercat right there. Sounds good. And we will create our character, and then we need to join a world. Obviously, we won't be joining in on Fartland. That was my test paradise that I was playing around with. Instead, we'll just call this Nerd Castle, and hopefully having a space in the middle doesn't mess up the procedural generation. Let's go! So here we are at the beginning of the game. It's time for us to play. We've started out with some talent points that we need to allocate, but for the moment, movement is handled with W, A, S, and D. You can double jump, and you can also wall grip if you want to, just like in Mega Man. Your weapons are controlled with your left click, like so. Right click will be a special projectile ability pretty soon, but we don't have that unlocked just yet. We can go to our talent points, though, and we can potentially unlock that. We've got 3 talent points right now. We can get a decent amount of health, and at level 15, that'll give us some physical and magic armor. I think we have to level up to get down to the further parts of the tree, though, so I'll dump that all into extra health, which you can see up in the top left-hand corner. The UI in this game, very fantastically well done. I don't have anything really to complain about. I like it. I think it looks good. We've been given a basic task for the moment. Our task is to go to the right until we find the village, and then along the way there's some little quests we can do just to farm up some XP. I'm going to dash away. Oh yeah, you can dash with the shift key, in case you were wondering. Combat in this game looks and feels great. It's got a wonderful sense of hit feedback. They've got the stop frames for attacks and whatnot exactly where they need to be. Everything feels like it has momentum. Everything feels like it has weight. The sound effects are working in cohesion with that. And so once again, that's a box that I will tick. We can harvest resources, so you'll find ore nodes and stuff around every now and again. I may not harvest all of them on my way to the village. It's also important to note that this game rewards exploration. So, like, if you see a path or something that appears as though it's jutting off in a different direction, you should absolutely investigate that path. Chances are there's some piece of magic gear, or there's some kind of item, or some kind of utility that's going to be in that area. Everything in this game gives you XP from harvesting to crafting to fighting, and so there's no reason for you to worry that, you know, taking care of your crafting tasks or anything else like that is going to negatively affect your character's advancement. It all comes together, and so that's a very, very good thing too. I usually prefer it very much when games have stuff like that. That right there is a heart container. It's going to increase our HP. Looks like we got 3 HP by picking that up, so that's good. I'm going to continue harvesting and heading off to the right, and I will let you know when we get to the village, and we'll go ahead and do some crafting, and we will do a little bit of cool stuff, maybe unlock some abilities, maybe fight some undead creatures of the night. But for right now, there's not a whole lot for me to show you until we get to the village, so let's go. All right, so here's the village. Along the way, I got about 5 heart containers while I was running around. You always want to check down in little areas like these where it's just off screen. They like to hide stuff inside of there, so it's worth taking a look. I saved all my talent points on the way through, so we can go through that real fast. We have hit level 2, so we can finally get our right-click ability, which is great. The right-click ability is called the Divine Star, which deals damage plus spell power. And apparently it heals allies as well. This game does have multiplayer. You can play with friends. What does this guy do? Applies Splendor to all allies affected by Divine Star. Whenever you deal damage, you heal for the damage dealt to all allies. That's kind of interesting. I don't have any allies right now, though, so I don't know if that's going to be that helpful. Let's go ahead and I'm going to dump the rest of the points into just these upgrades right here, but it looks like I need to be level 6 to go any further. So maybe I'll put a little bit more oomph into the Divine Star. We have the forge over here. This is going to allow us to smelt bars and turn things into iron. I do think that we should probably do that, so we'll make 10 of those real fast. I don't know if we actually have to be here in order for that to happen. It may do it on its own. We've also got an anvil over here, so we can actually make like real armor and stuff like that to protect ourselves with. It looks like inside of our crafting menu... Oh, I can collect from inside my menu, even though I'm not at the forge itself. Very cool. Well, that's nice. We can get a fishing rod. This game does have fishing, and it has various activities and stuff that you can participate in. I don't know if there's anything else we really need to do right now. So I'll probably just, like, head into the woods and see if maybe we can find ourselves a little bit of adventure. If you press the M key, it will give you... a map that you can play through. There are bosses and things implemented in the current iteration of early access, but like you may want to wait for the 9.3 patch when they put the village back in, because that's like a major mechanic, is that like you go out, you fight, you collect as much as you can, then you got to be back by dark to defend the village. I remember it was implemented in older versions that I had played, but then other aspects of the game were wonky back then that are no longer wonky now, so I'm guessing they kind of just undid it real fast. Oh, here's another piece of village. Huzzah. And we've got a vendor over here. Apparently he specializes in bananas. Okay. This place is bananas. We got some kind of like wizard right here. He'll sell HP and MP potions. The windmill will grind coffee and flour for us. We've got an engineer over here who apparently sells screws on the corner. It looks like we have maybe some kind of gambling or something over here that we can do for, like, various gear and goodies. I did pick up some boots while I was running around, but I can't wear them till level 5. I also crafted myself some gear. We've got, like, a wooden sword, we've got a bandana, and we've got Armor of Death, apparently. The Armor of Death. I don't think I need anything from you, banana vendor. Looks like we can also go inside houses, and we can do some light cooking and things as well. Like, the game, honestly, is really well appointed. It's like a super pretty game. I don't know if we can store stuff in here and then craft out of this chest. I assume that that would be one of those things that we want to validate before we end the video and just kind of see how that goes. Scroll of portals over here. I assume this brings me back to town would be my guess. I'll probably snag, like, a couple of them just to make sure that I have them. Looks like our blacksmithing is still doing its thing over here. I can't wear that armor for a little while, so I don't much see the point in fiddling with it, so I'm not gonna. This guy over here sells coal. That's good to know, because actually coal is kind of hard to come by. Looks like we can grow stuff in a farm. There's like a little dude over here. I do think it'd be cool if there was a portrait of each guy like up and at the side. When you buy stuff, he's like, ooh, and he does like a little animation. It seems like they put a lot of effort into just like the aesthetic appeal of the game. Like if you look at his little details, like our character is standing still right now. Did you catch that right there? There's something that happens right there that I very much like. What you'll see is before the character starts the run animation, his body rotates and turns slightly and gains momentum before he takes off in that direction. Love that. Just incredible attention to detail on the artistic front. It wants me to make a wood shield. I should probably do that for my quest then before we leave. I think I can only do a shield though at an anvil. Let's see here. So at the anvil, we've got weapons over here, but they're all level 5. We do have an accessory we can make. So we can make wooden earrings. Okay. So I'll probably make one of you, and one of you. That'll probably fill in all of our slots for now. I still have perk points to play around with. Perks are kind of interesting in this game. Oh, wow, we got good rolls. Sweet, dude. Hell to the yeah. So we've got an earring that apparently gives us mana and spell power. We got a ring that gives us mana and arcane damage and a little bit more attack power. We have our shield, which gives us 22 health and 2 armor, and then move speed, cooldown reduction, and crit. I'll definitely take that. I do feel a little tiny bit faster now. All right, let's go offwards to adventure. We can also collect our quest right here real fast. There we go. We got our quest turned in. Talent points are kind of weird in this game. Or I'm sorry, perk points. So basically, every single time you get a perk, it gives you a random array of things that you can take to make your character better. So we just got 4 attack power. We just got 5 armor. We just got 5 armor. And then I guess I'll take spell power on this one since our right-click scales with spell power, and then a little bit more attack power. And then maybe I'll take 3 more armor. That sounds good. I don't know if it actually took that armor right there. Maybe I ran out of points. We should be hitting a little bit harder now, though. Absolutely love that attack animation right there. I like the little slashy do it gives you when you land the hit on the enemy, too. So it wants me to kill green slimes, 30 iron ore bars. We got to catch some trout and go fishing. Okay, I think that's all reasonably attainable. We should be able to get it done pretty quickly, at least. It wants me to collect spores and dayflowers. Okay, I'll keep an eye out for them. What do we have over here? Just zombos. All right, let me get them with my little attack right there. These zombies hit like a truck because we're not that high level yet, so we really don't want to get hit by them if we can help it. But we do get little shards or something off of them. I do like that the progress on a node is kept. If you have to like break away from it to go fight, you can come back and just finish off its remaining HP meter. That's really, really good. Perfect. No damage on touch. That's another thing that I absolutely adore and think is fantastic. Enemies should have to do an attack animation if you're going to take damage. If the enemy's made out of acid or they are made out of spikes or something, I feel that damage on touch is totally acceptable. But if they are not made out of spikes or acid or like fire or something, I don't like it when I take damage when an enemy touches me without doing an animation. All right. We'll grab those dayflowers right there for our quest. This guy right here, I'm going to go ahead and light him up real quick. You do regenerate HP and MP at a pretty generous rate, so don't worry about using your resources in order to sit the enemy down. We do have a level up ready to rock, and in fact, that's going to take us up to level 6, which means I think we've got a little bit of equipment we can put on. So we've got a blood damage drain ring. I think that heals me is what it does, and then it's also got HP, MP, and attack speed on it. That's good. That gives me a ton of goodies, so I'm just going to go ahead and equip that right now. There we go. Wipe them out. I like the death animation, too. It takes me back to, like, the Super Nintendo days of, like, Castlevania and whatnot. There was a Castlevania game on Sega Genesis, but that's one of those games that, like, nobody ever has. That's, like, there was this really, really rare period where they put out a Castlevania game on the Sega Genesis back before there was exclusivity with Nintendo. But very few people have played that one. I forget the name of it at this point. It was Castlevania something. It was actually a pretty decent game, in all honesty. Bunch of emeralds and iron ore. Let's check this. Yep, that's what I thought. A little bit of free HP right there. It's not much, but it'll add up with time. Additive bonuses become long-term success. All right, light them up. We got the guy in the back one-tapped, so that's great. Grab a little bit of that right there. Chop down a tree, because why not commit crimes against Entenkind? Some more zombies. The zombies will stop attacking once we get to daybreak. The nighttime basically puts you up against much stronger enemies. Love the particle effects and the actual design of the projectiles, too. I'd like to show you guys some of the cooler attacks later on. Like, this game actually has, like, full-on screen wipes and stuff where you blow up, like, everything with massive arcane explosions and, like, fire dragons swoop across the screen and wipe things out for huge combos. There's a lot of really, really fun, cool, interesting things that this game does. I don't know what that is. It's like a wisp or something. I think it wants me to catch it. Yeah, I think I was supposed to catch it. Maybe we get like a mana bonus or something. Oh, wait, what? Oh, I guess it was just like a tutorial prompt or something. Like, I have no idea. Either way, the platforming and the jumping feels like it has a suitable level of weight. I think they did a really good job with this game, actually. For all the troubles this game has gone throughout its development cycle, I feel like the product they have right now is fairly solid. It's $20, and it's available on Steam. I'm not ending the video right there. I know that that's normally the spot where I'd be like, but I've run out of time for the day. No, we're not there yet. All right, we got like another 10, 15 minutes to go. Blow you guys up a little bit. Man, I got to get some attack power out here. Luckily, this is leveling us up pretty good. So I think a lot of it comes down to equipment as well. I think we're going to have to pick up some new equipment before too long. I'm going to try to... There we go. Let me grab that real fast. And a little bit more iron that I can take back to town. I mean, it's mostly stone. We're honestly not getting a lot of iron out of that. I'm going to skip a couple zombies here. Like, the stuff we need to kill for our quest is not going to spawn during the nighttime, so we might as well just kind of move about as fast as we can and just see how far we can get to. Oh, God. The wisp was a trap. He tried to jam me up. Perfect. Get that guy out of the way. I love that this game includes a paladin, man. I feel like paladins have been left sort of in the lurch in video games lately. Like, I feel like paladins have somehow become cliche, and paladins are my most favoritist. If there is a paladin, I will play that paladin every single time. So I'm glad they put kind of a holy knight warrior in the game. That makes me super happy. Keep whittling on this bad boy right here. A little bit more iron ore for the stack. A little bit more spores. I'll probably keep battling throughout the night, and then we'll come back. If you listen, they've also got the sound design done pretty well. When you're running on grass, it sounds like grass. And then when you go across the bridge, it's footsteps on wood. These enemies are getting tougher, so I think we may be further out than we possibly should be before we craft some gear. We did hit level 5, so I'm thinking maybe we teleport back to town and see if maybe we can pick up some goodies there. I'm going to keep holding him back real fast. We are getting like a drain effect right there, which is great. I think this guy's going to be worth a bunch of XP, though, because he's, 254. Not bad. Let me get on in my talent points real fast. We got to be level 10 in order to get after that one right there. I'm going to take this up a few more levels. Take that up a few more levels. We got another bad guy over here. Getting pretty close to one-shot territory as far as that goes. I don't know how useful the bones are going to be that we've picked up. Yeah, these guys seem like they are outside of our capability. Oh, God. Okay. All right. I take you seriously. Come on. Die for me, baby. Man, even the 500 damage hit didn't do nothing to him. I definitely feel like we probably should not be out at night. These guys are pretty tough. But they are free level ups, which is the part that makes me the happiest. The one thing that I would like to see is, like, frequently these zombies, they fall off of cliffs and stuff. I'd like to see an animation added for that, where they kind of tumble off the cliff and they spiral downwards, they impact on the ground, and then they're like, and they slowly, like, pick themselves back up and then walk towards you. Stuff like that, I think, really helps sell the immersion of a title. Oh, man. I'm getting absolutely starched right now. Health potion probably be helpful. We get a lot of healing from that right-click ability, though. That's fantastic. Let's test out one of these portal scrolls, shall we? I'm going to go back to the edge of the zone over here. And there we go. Where is this taking me? There are more portals here than I expected to see. Maybe the portals are color-coded based on how many players you have or something? Oh, yeah, it just takes you straight to the edge of town. Very nice. All right, so let's get some crafting done. Let's make some better gear. Let's make ourselves look good. Let's see if we can get ourselves kind of like donked out a little bit. We'll go ahead and get a armor right there. We'll see if it rolls with good stats. Hopefully it does. I will probably go... Oh, was that light armor right there? Oh, that was. Okay, so that's iron light armor right there. So we get retaliation, we get attack speed. What about the heavy armor? How hard is that to mash out? So I'm going to need some heavy leather in order to get that done. All right, well, I'll just take my breastplate for right now then. It looks like we can make an iron helmet, so I'm going to do that. And in the meantime, I'm going to go to the forge, and I'm going to knock out, like, all 15 of those bars. It does look like there's quite a bit of stuff to craft right now in the current early access. There's all kinds of tools down here, so these look like they're going to take fossil dust, so we probably have to grind that up at the mill. Oh, nice. We got a rare crafting tool right there. Sweet. Well, let's throw on some of our new goodies. So we've got some good armor right there, lots of HP being added on in. Looks like it gave us some attack power too, so like, poof. Our sword has drain on it, 11 attack power, about 8 more attack power than the one that we have, because it's of the vampire. So I'll go ahead and take that. We'll also throw in a crafting tool so that our crafting efficiency goes up a little bit. And then I don't know how many more of these bars I have left to go. One thing I did notice that's just kind of like one of those little polish things is on the quests. As you use the stuff, it actually subtracts it from right here. It should not do that, in my opinion. Like, you should keep your progress on the collection quests regardless of whether or not you've turned them into other objects. And so that's one thing that I might adapt pretty quickly, but that should be easy to fix. It's arguable whether or not that would even be considered a fix in all honesty. Well, we're mostly just waiting for crafting, so I kind of figure... What's in this house right here? Is it just like another cooking station? Oh, there's an alchemy station over here too. Okay, so I can make my own potions. Looks like that requires a water bottle and a dayflower. Okay, good to know. What does this do over here? This is an enchantment table, so we can disenchant old stuff. Okay. And it looks like we get green enchantment crystals out. Okay, it looks like you can reforge stuff to get new affixes. Yeah, they've got all the little addictive pieces here that I tend to look for in a game, I'll be honest with you. This appears to be one of those games that I could get addicted to. I'm that guy. I don't mind sitting around rolling affixes on things all day long. I do wish that the skill trees were a little bit more developed, I guess. So, like, have different aspects. So you have, like, the light paladin, you have a paladin of darkness, and then you have a paladin that focuses all on, like, physical, non-magical melee. I think that would be kind of a cool idea. I will take the armor perk, and then I'll probably take +6 attack power. Yeah, dude, I'll absolutely take that. Hell yeah, let's get back to it. All right, so let's see how much harder we hit now that we've got this new gear, because it did add like 30 or 40 attack power, and I'm sort of curious whether or not it's linear. Wow, we chopped down trees quick with that new tool. Holy bejesus, we get through there. Okay. I assume I can probably turn wood into coal at some point. Oh, he's got a gun. I got a gun too. Apparently that crossbow bolt just like didn't count. Looks like I can get up here. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I need spores for my quest anyways. Let's get in here. Ow. How dare you, sir? Well, you're dead now. I have immolated you inside of a moat of righteousness. Because that's what I do. You know, if I feel threatened, I hit you with the moat of righteousness. We do hit considerably harder, so that's good. We're hitting way harder. Another chest over here. It's got some iron bars inside of it. There's no fall damage as far as I've been able to tell. Enemy down. Very, very fluid combat. I like it a lot. I'm just going to blow you up now and collect your underwear cloth for later crafting experiments. People don't know this, but when you slay an enemy, the cloth for the underwear is actually the most workable. People never talk about that. The workability of underwear cloth. I'm just going to start bombing swings on this dude right here. There we go. We need him for a quest anyways, so we might as well go for it. And he's giving us water, where if we can get glass bottles, we can make bottles of water, which will allow us to start making some potions and some other goodies. Oh, that's so much quicker and nicer. Okay. That's what I like to see. Can I harvest that? No. What's down here? Something's definitely down here. But, like, I don't know what I'm dropping into. We can go fishing. Got any goodies for me here? What kind of fishies you got? I don't know if our fishing rod is good enough to fish right here. Oh, there it is. We caught a cloudfish, and you get a bunch of XP for it. Very nice. A few more iron bars. Make sure there's no heart containers or anything hiding back down there. And then we'll continue on our lonesome journey. Node down here. I would like there to be a mini-map. Oh, I've been poisoned. That's unfortunate. So there's somebody up above that's like bombing on me from off screen. I could see that potentially being a concern. I should probably go back up here and clear him out. One thing I would maybe recommend is like, oh, that guy's got, I don't know what to do with him. All right, well, let's just blow you two up. Definitely getting a little bit more intense over here. I don't know where that orc mage was. Got to be around here somewhere, but I don't see him. There was a chest over here, right? Okay. Hello? Oh, God. He tried to harm me. That was just unneighborly. I do think they're going to have to add some kind of... So, like, if you've noticed with the enemies, they follow you even when they haven't seen you and you're on a layer above them. I would suggest they have the enemies hold idle, and once the enemies are close enough to see you, then they get, like, a little exclamation point above their head and they start coming after you. I'm going to have to get all these... Aw, dude. Okay. They got the corner camped up over there, unfortunately. I don't know how I'm going to resolve this. Not easily is the answer to that question. There we go. Get you taken out. I also think they could maybe raise the enemy density ever so slightly, but get rid of the respawn, because the respawn, like, I kind of like the idea of clearing out the area and there not being any enemies left so you can harvest, and then, like, maybe make it so that if you go back to the village, the enemies then respawn. Oh, my God. Okay. That was a deeper pit than I thought it was going to be. That definitely seems to be the sort of pit and problem that I get myself into from time to time, though. Get healed up right there, harvest you, take you out before you become a greater issue. But yeah, this is Mists of Noyah. I like it so far. I think the animation design and the stuff that they've got going on looks really, really good. It feels really, really fluid and nice to play. I don't really have any complaints thus far. I've read that later on in the game there are some balancing concerns and like some polish that needs to be put in. But for like right now, I think the game's come a long way. It's gone from like 2 years ago. I played it for like an hour and a half and I was like, yeah, this definitely isn't ready for the Nerd Castle yet. But I played it this morning for a little bit while looking for things to do over the course of the week, and I was actually pretty happy running around hacking and slashing and annihilating enemies. And so anyways, my name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we had Mists of Noyah, which is currently in early access for $20. Later on, we will have access to some new gameplay. I haven't decided what that looks like yet, but you'll find out tomorrow. Bye, folks.